So everyone, this is Country Music News International, and you can hear some nice guitar playing in the background. I don't know who that is. What's the name
Jason
of your guitar?
Tony.
That's Jason. Right? So we're right in the middle of the sound check here in a lovely old town in Germany, middle of nowhere, basically. A place called Epstein, and this club is the old railway station, and the club itself is called the Wunderbar Weite Welt. So for you non-German speakers, that is the wonderful wide world.
Oh yeah.
www. And the guy in the picture is Mr. Grayson Capps,
Hello.
who is very busy at the moment changing the strings on his guitar before he gets to do a sound check.
Sweated on them way too much last night.
Yeah. Always the trouble with guitar strings. They get dirty when you play. So Grayson here is on tour in Europe. And when did you actually get over here?
I got to The Hague on the 2nd of October.
Okay.
And kind of settled in. We had a rehearsal everybody showed up on the 5th.
Right.
We enjoyed The Hague on the 6th. No, we rehearsed on the 6th.
Right, okay.
And then our first show was in, I can't pronounce the name, in Germany on the 7th. So we played Norderstedt last night, and now we're in Epstein. And we will be playing Worms tomorrow. So
yeah, that's not so far from here, really.
Right. Today was
south of Frankfurt. Today you would have had a long...
It was about 5.5, 6 hours.
Yeah, it's a pretty long journey. Yeah, so you just have a new album out. So I'm guessing that you're kind of touring that album now, partly at least.
Somewhat. I thought it was going to come out in August, but it's coming out actually October 25th.
Yeah. So
I'm playing some songs off of it. I have some of the albums here. Not albums, but CDs. The vinyl arrived the day I left.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm featuring songs from that, and then some old songs, songs off of, all my albums.
So the name of this album has the cheerful title of Heartbreak, Misery, and Death.
Oh yeah, the best.
So hopefully that's kind of a more kind of looking back at the topics of the music on the album and not back on your life.
Oh no, it's just my favorite songs seem to be dark songs, and once I compiled these songs, listening back, I'm like, damn, this is nothing but heartbreak, misery, and death. And I was like, well, hell, there's the title.
There you go. Great titles for songs. Yeah, I noticed that you're kind of redoing some of Doc Watson's stuff.
Yes. Well, what I'm doing is I wanted to capture songs I've been playing my whole life that inspired me to write songs.
Yeah.
And these are songs that I will play by myself.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't play many songs by myself, to please me. And these are those songs that make me feel good to sing, and I just wanted to capture them, and also in kind of honor of my father and Bobby Long and Fred Stokes, the people who inspired me to play. And these are those old songs that I grew up with, so they mean a lot to me.
I think the weird thing for us, in a way, back in London in the early 60s, is that we were all listening to what was then called rhythm and blues. And it's like Eric Clapton said, if you didn't know who Robert Johnson was, he didn't want to speak to you.
Right.
It was like a very arrogant kind of attitude to take, but it's like...
The Beatles and the Stones would be the same way. They were.
But you had to know about the blues. But I mean, there we were, these kind of young, middle-class white boys. Playing American.
It was a little bit
American
different,
music.
Though, I think, in retrospect, because England was coming out of a highly oppressed era of being,
it was
out of the war.
Yeah, it was a recession. I mean, the 50s.
Yeah, and so
grim.
It makes sense that these people latched on to the blues because it was what was going on, and it's not just like middle class kids. It's like people who are feeling oppressed and feeling that pressure.
I think the thing for us was that we felt that we had this energy, and we felt that we had all these emotions, but we didn't know really how to express them, and that's how we did it. We found this particular type of music
It makes
that it
sense
just spoke to us, and
because
from the 50s, you can think of like the 50s were like black and white in the UK, and the
same
60s
in the
was
States.
Technicolor.
Yeah,
The world changed.
that was the same in the States. I mean, Hendrix first made his mark in England.
He did, yeah.
You know, that's where he brought the
Kind of weird,
Technicolor.
but
Yeah, they didn't care, know who he was. But,
yeah. Going back to your album, I mean, do you see it as a kind of going back to the roots? Was that an important
no,
statement for
it's
you?
just more of simply while I'm healthy and can sing these songs properly, I wanted to record them.
Right.
I don't want to something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and it's just a necessary chapter to help me move on. Because I've done albums of all original songs, but I want just a labor of love. It's not really going songs I've been playing my whole life. I'm not going back to anything. It's just,
Right.
and songs that
Yeah, that's a good point, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Some songs kind of are important to you as a person, in terms of your life
And they're simple, and for me, it's a reminder of how much can be said in 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
yeah, exactly.
Some of the greatest songs are just they take you on a journey that seems like 10 minutes, but you know
So, how long is this tour going to be going on for? I mean, how long are you in
oh,
Europe?
not too long. It's going to end on the 20th, so
Okay.
it's basically 2 weeks.
And how did this come about? What brought you over here? I mean, was it just
It's a combination of things.
agency management?
No, well, I knew I was putting this record out, and I kind of thought, like I said, I thought it was going to come out in August, and it was going to be a tour based on it. But then it's a combination thing. I'm reuniting with my friend Jason Tony from Italy, who I play with a good bit, and I'll be touring with in January. And he's got his partner Angelica Comandini plays drums, and my daughter, speaking of England, she lives in Bristol.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's been living there for a while.
That's a nice place to
And
be.
so I don't see her that often. So, and she plays bass in several bands. Speaking, she plays in a country band, a jug band, trad jazz band, and she also plays guitar and sings in her own band called the Mud Club with 2 Ds. If you like the Ramones or the Cramps or the Stooges or anything like that, you should check it out. But so yeah, she's a great bass player, and so that's another reason for the 2 weeks. I don't want to make it to where she gets tired of me.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you actually belong to the Royal Potato family. A wonderful name.
I must be a royal potato.
Yeah, there you go. The first time I kind of came across this, your, I don't know, what is he? Kevin, the PR guy?
Kevin Calabro. He's the label. He's basically.
Or he is the man.
Yeah, and he works with Greg Greg Del Dio, and but it's mostly Kevin. I met a long time ago with Hyena Records. He was working with some old fossils from Capitol Records era.
Okay.
Joel Dorn, Bill Dern, and Henry Marks. and they decided to form Hyena, which was a label that would take what the Lions didn't eat. So they called it Hyena.
Okay.
But I was on that label, and Kevin was their main guy. They one died, two died, one retired. Kevin started his own label, and I've been with Kevin for a while. So
Yeah, I mean, looking on that website, there's any number of albums from you. I mean, this latest album that's coming out very soon. Which number is that now?
for me,
Yeah, how many albums have you put
oh
out?
God, probably 7. And then I had a side project for a while with a band called Willie's Sugar Caps. We did 2 records, so 7, 8, 9, probably 9 records, you know. And then, not including my first band was the House Levelers. Second band, Stave and Chain. That's when I first came to Germany because that was signed to Roof Records.
Okay, I heard of
Yeah,
that.
we worked with Thomas Roof for a while. And,
Yeah, play some guitar. There you go.
oh yeah, I don't know. Yes, in tune. This is like in Scarlet Town, where I was born, was a fair maid dwelling, made every youth cry well a day. Her name was Barbary Allen. That's one of those songs
That's
I
an
grew
old
up
one,
with.
isn't it? Yeah. I can remember hearing that in a folk club somewhere.
Right, yeah. So Bobby Long, Fred Stokes, my dad would be singing songs like that, and you know, there's a like, how many arms have held you and hated to let you go? How many? I wonder, but I really don't want to know.
That I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
So
a
those
new
are
one.
just odd songs. That's another one on that record.
Yeah.
Yeah.